As soon as you are granted life, you are guaranteed death. What you do in between is up to you. You are all conscious. That could end tomorrow, that could end in 100 years. But the time between the beginning of your consciousness and the end of it is completely up to you. Training is never the wrong decision. If you're in jail, you should train. If you are free, you should train. If you are rich, you should train. If you are poor, you should train. If you smoke, you should train. If you don't smoke, you should train. If you drink, you should train. If you don't drink, you should train. You cannot escape that hard work is always the correct decision. There is no time in any scenario when working hard is going to be the wrong answer. You should always try your very best in all things. I will smoke 10 cigars a day and beat the shit out of you because I train harder than you can possibly fathom. That is why I am the top G. That is why Catwoman must make my sandwiches on command. You sitting around worried about smoking the odd cigars because you have skinny arms!
Pause for a moment and consider this. Life's clock is ticking, and with every tick, the chance to define yourself grows. Andrew Tate brings this stark reality into focus, challenging you to look beyond the daily grind. Are you simply marking time, or are you carving out a legacy? This isn't just another video, it's a wake-up call. Stay tuned for a mental workout with our riddles that will stretch your perception of what's truly possible.
He would have never gotten to where he is if he was the kind of person who was concerned about being happy. Ever. He didn't care about being happy. Being happy is for children and women. He wanted to be great, and that requires stress in the first place. That's the exact point. So forget about this garbage of I want to be happy, I don't feel happy, happiness. I get these messages all the time. How do I feel happy as a man? You're not supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be monumentally influential and capable. That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be the kind of person that when people call your phone with a problem, you can fix it. You're supposed to be the kind of person that people look at and feel deep respect for, male or female. Even my enemies respect me. They don't want to, they can't help it, but they can't stand my brilliance. They go, he's so tall and strong and sexy and rich. All these women keep sending him super chats. My wife doesn't even suck me off. It destroys their soul. I am brilliant because I've decided to be brilliant. And if I have to sacrifice happiness to be brilliant, then that's fine. You know what the great thing about it is? You know, it's amazing what God gives, how the whole world becomes full circle. If you stop caring about being happy and you start caring instead about being great, guess what you end up being? Great. Along with great.
And you know what?
Happy. You end up happy if you forget about happiness and try to become great. If you concern yourself with happiness, you end up in a crowd surrounded by ketamine skanks jumping up and down in a festival doing dumb shit. You will never be successful if you're concerned about being happy, so forget about it.
According to Tate, what should be a man's primary pursuit? A. Happiness and comfort. B. Power and influence. C. Leisure and relaxation. As we navigate through Tate's worldview, he unfolds the concept that life's fairness is a myth. It's not about chances received, but the ones seized. He invites us to join him in a reality where preparedness meets opportunity. Let's explore the mindset that distinguishes the successful from the spectators.
So let me tell you something about how the universe works. All of us are given the same opportunities. Let's imagine this is a much better mental frame for you to hold within your mind, because your mindset is nothing more than software which you have installed yourself, and you need to install software that makes you as capable as possible. For the same reason I say I don't believe in things that take away power from me. View the world this way. Everybody is given the same amount of chances all of the time. And the people who are very successful are people who act on those chances. People who are prepared. Let's imagine there's the same amount of prison riots. A prison riot affects everybody in the jail. The man who escaped only escaped because he was prepared for the riot. And the men who don't are the men who've refused to prepare. You have had the same number of chances as all of the people more successful than you, and you simply didn't act on them. I refuse to believe you haven't had opportunities. You've had opportunities. You could have paid more attention. You could have worked harder. You could have had unmatched perspicacity to identify every opportunity. You could have had sheer indefatigability to make sure when an opportunity was identified that it was wrung of every single piece of value. You could grab it like a wet rag and squeeze every single piece of value out of the negative or positive circumstance you found yourself in. We all have the same opportunities, and the men you see who are monumentally successful simply act on them when you don't. I don't believe anybody who's struggling didn't have chances. I believe they didn't act. And the reason this is such an important mindset is because it puts all of the burden on you. It is down to you to act. It is not down to you to wait and hope for an opportunity to come that is so easy that you're going to walk down the street and find a winning lottery ticket. No, it is down to you to pay attention and act act quickly. When someone gives you a chance, when someone shows an opportunity, when you have an idea, when we say you should do this or we believe this is going to happen, that is your time to finally act and do something. If you refuse to act, you will never escape. When the prison riot comes, if you sit on your bed, you're not going to end up out of jail. The prison's not going to collapse all around you and you just stand up and walk off. You have to do something. So anyone who's saying they struggled this year, I believe that you had the opportunities, you didn't act how you should. And when the burden of proof is on you, you must now then sit and say, well, what lesson can I learn? How can I change 2024? And it's very simple. In 2024, you can't afford to miss a chance. You need to be a hero. 2024 is the hero's year. Of you watching this, a percentage of you are going to live the best life you've ever lived in 2024. A percentage of you are going to escape and find financial freedom, and along with it, geographical freedom, and along with it, the freedom to speak your mind because you're no longer controlled by the matrix. But a percentage of you are going to stay stuck exactly where you are. Not because you have less chances than the people who escape. Quite the opposite. Because you refuse to act on the chances which are given to you. You are sitting here right now watching a stream from billionaires who are going to give you advice. And you can either act on that advice and change your life, or you could refuse to act and then sit and message us again on the next new year and say, it was a hard year, I'm struggling. Of course you're struggling because you're refusing to work and you're refusing to act.
How does Tate suggest we recognize and capitalize on life's opportunities? A. By waiting for the right moment. B. Through unmatched perspicacity and action. C. By relying on luck and chance. From the relentless training to the embrace of life's rigors, Andrew Tate's message resonates with a call to arms, to transform oneself through discipline and action. As we journey through his perspective, we are reminded of the undeniable truth. Our time is finite, but our legacy is for us to shape. As we wrap up, ask yourself, are you just passing through life, or are you forging a path of greatness? Reflect on Tate's words and how you'll apply them as you continue your journey. Share your thoughts, engage in the conversation below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that challenges you to rise above. Until next time, live with intent, train with purpose, and strive to be the hero of your own story.